Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm back with another Mage guide for Dungeon Quest. And today I'm going to be showing you how to beat Underworld Insane using only gear from King's Castle. Here's the gear I'm using right now. I've got a green Titan Forged Mage helmet and it's fully upgraded in spell power. I also have a gray Titan Forged Mage armor it's also fully upgraded in spell power. And I'm also using the Beastmaster Spell Scythe, which is the legendary from King's Castle, and it's also fully upgraded. The spells I'm using Skull Flames, which is basically the same thing as Phantom Flames, which is what you get in Pirate Island Nightmare. The current icon, it looks like a green circle. I'm also using Innervate, which makes the Skull Flames twice as strong, and you can get that from Desert Temple Nightmare or Winter Easy. Here's how I'm doing my skill points for this one. I'm using 80 skill points. I've got 34 of them into stamina, which gives me around 25k HP. That's about how much health you need to be able to survive one hit from any of the bosses, and it's enough to survive 2 hits from regular enemies. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to be having more Dungeon Quest videos for all the dungeons. And I think that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, here's the first group of enemies. I turn on Innervate right when I think their names are about to light up. And then just basically try to keep them inside the box as long as possible. So sometimes I'll move around a little bit. The cooldowns are kind of high for Phantom Flames, so you got to wait a while before going up to the next enemy. But pretty much... Oh, and even though everything I'm using is fully upgraded, I've tested and I can almost beat the enemies just with one Phantom Flame. So you don't need to have a legendary to be able to use this technique. It should work even with less powerful weapon. What I like to do next is I like to come over here to this tall guy. I'll kill him first because he's the one who throws down these circles on the ground. And I found that it makes it easier to beat this other group if you don't have to worry about circles coming down constantly. Okay. After this hall of people, we'll get to the first mini-boss, which is this tree. Yeah, you pretty much just make sure you dodge those mage lasers by moving to the side, so don't just run straight at them. And you do have to be a little bit precise when you're putting down the Phantom Flames to make sure you get all the enemies in there and that they stay in there long enough to die. Okay, so here's the first mini-boss. What you want to do is go up to the second line. Right before you get to the second line, start moving to the side. He's going to throw out those... There are 3 lines, so wait till you see 3. And I think it just lagged there for a second, so I actually didn't see the third. Then I'll throw a Phantom Flame right down the middle to where it hits the little minion and the tree at the same time. And I've got to wait for these cooldowns, so I can't throw anything out immediately, but just do your best. I try to always hit the tree and the minion. Okay, and then I'll throw the Phantom Flames right down the center, so that way I hit both of the enemies. The new one that spawned up here, and the one that was back there, and the tree. Okay, here's a line of mages, so you don't want to just throw the Phantom Flame out like normal. Go forward till you see them light up, then move sideways. And I like to hit them like this. If you do that, you can get them all at once. Okay, next up we have a bunch of warriors. So what I like to do with them is I'll go forward till they all start chasing me, and then throw the Phantom Flame this way. And just kind of weave around inside of here. Okay, that time, yeah, just barely got him. And use the same strategy here. Go beat the giant first. That way you stop the circles from coming down. Elder Dark Mage. And kind of stay decently close to the edge over here, otherwise you'll wake up that other mob and they'll start chasing you. And it will mess up the Phantom Flame. And there's kind of a delay when you're trying to throw down the Phantom Flame after using Innervate, so make sure you hit Innervate early enough, otherwise the enemies will all start running toward you and you won't have time to kill them all. Like I have to hit the E button to throw out Phantom Flames multiple times before it actually does. Okay, now we're at the second mini boss. I think it's a deer, I'm not exactly sure. But if you're playing in a group or by yourself, I found just going down the center is a good method. Go down the center, use the Innervate, and throw out the Phantom Flame, and then try to stay near the middle, like stay near his line. That way you don't fill up the place with circles. And I'll try to stay as close to this line as possible. Okay, then once I get to about here, I'll kind of turn this way and go backwards, staying close to the middle. That way you've always got somewhere to run on the sides. You're not making yourself get stuck. Okay, and yeah, usually you'll be able to kill them about halfway back. And see, there's a nice place that your teammates can be running if you're playing with a team. They can be able to get around, they don't get stuck. I've also seen some people go around the edges. They'll basically walk the deer around the whole edge of the place. You can do that too. Okay, we're almost at the boss here. Okay, and like before, I like to go and take out the two giants over here first to stop their circles before I go fight the other group. Okay, then I'll go down here. That way I don't wake up that other mob. Come to about where this thing is. And then hit them from the back. Sometimes they'll throw the lasers out weird, so you can get hit. Okay, we got it. We actually didn't take any damage so far, so that's pretty good. Okay, now we're at the boss, Demon Lord Azralik. If you need to heal up, like if you're doing hardcore, then heal up when you're doing this long walkway. So pretty much he's going to throw out these lines. Try your best to dodge them. I'll throw a Phantom Flame on his hand over there and then go backwards. Going backwards allows you to avoid what you just saw out there. So you don't even have to dodge that if you go backwards. So it's one less thing to worry about. Throw it at the hand again, go back. Okay, now he's going to throw out the heart. So what I'll do is go to the middle. Go ahead and throw it out, and the enemies will basically just start dying as they're coming to you. Okay, now I'll go sideways. Throw it down and then run down the edge here. That way they can't get to you. And sometimes they will get raged and like almost kill you, but if you do that, usually you can avoid them. Start going back. I could have possibly thrown another Phantom Flame just then, but I'll just wait. Okay, wait a second, then go forward. Just keep moving forward and you'll be able to dodge that bomb you just saw. The trickiest part is just making sure you don't get hit when those lines come out. But yeah, pretty much all these bosses, they follow a pattern. So once you figure out the pattern, it's not too hard to beat. Alright, we got it. We actually didn't get hit that time. Sometimes you will, but yeah, that time I was able to avoid it. think that's pretty much it, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure to subscribe. All right, I'll see you guys next time.